what does a designer struggle the most? Feel free to. Mental health. Yes. Figma, okay. Sketching. Oh, thank you. Feedback. Okay, that's a good one. Well, let me tell you, there's one thing I think is very important, and this is chaos. Because as a designer, you do have a lot of daily work. We have to understanding the users, facilitating workshops, prototyping designs, and there are a lot of new tasks here and there which keeps us always busy. And oftentimes it's very hard to keep an overview, right? We have passions, we like to lose ourselves in details, go into typography and design patterns. And that's why we value a lot clarity. Clarity about the next steps, clarity what to design, but also clarity for the people who are working with. And there's one particular process which helped me to gain clarity. And this is the design process I learned here at Ginetta, which consists of a concept design, an interface design, and a visual design phase. Quite simple, right? But this simple process helped me to work for wonderful clients like you, and to make the lives of our users much more simple with various digital products, like complex dashboards, multifunctional websites, and fun 3D experiences. But today, I don't want to actually talk with you about the process for digital products, but more what happens if I apply this process to my live projects. So I took 3 live projects with you today here, and I would like to reflect on that. Let's start with the concept design. And first of all, we need to understand what is concept design even, right? And in simple terms, it's about aligning user needs with the business goals and creating a concept with aligned version. And to make it more clear, let me show you an example for Spotify. Here, they have a vision statement, and they talk about to envision a cultural platform for creators and to deliver users an immersive artistic experience. Next to that, there's actually also 3 design principles: relevant, human, and unified. Let's keep those in mind for the digital space, and I will tell you how I applied it to my project, which started with this guy, Martin. Hi, Martin. He's also a designer here at Ginetta, and we realized quickly that we love music. And after a while, we decided to jam some music together. It was a blast of fun, and after some jam sessions, Martin proposed to kickstart an electronic music band. I felt really overwhelmed, okay, let's try, but we crafted a plan with the help of concept design. This plan was consisting 3 steps. First, a kickoff workshop, second, music research, and the third, to create vision and principles. Let's start with the kickoff workshop. And I have to tell you, it was quite weird to only have one stakeholder there in the room, but a very important stakeholder, because we needed to align on the goals, on our expectations, and also define certain milestones. And by doing that, we could then realign together and go to the next phase, which is the music research, a very fun one, because out there in music, there's so much inspiration, so many artists, so many songs, and so many types of elements which we curated in a playlist. And next to that, we did some user research. We went to concerts of our favorite artists and had a deeper look to the live performances where we could drive our musical direction. And with all of this information, we need to create a vision and principles. This is where we needed to understand how do we want to sound like, what do we actually aim for, and what is our music style. And for the vision, we were quite aligned on that, which is we wanted to create an audiovisual live performance which can be experienced in the Berghain in Berlin. Maybe one day. It's still a vision, right? And next to that, we also defined 3 principles which define actually our music style. The first one is the minimal, and I have here some examples for you to listen a bit more closer. Then there's organic, there are some groovy sounds and percussions to create this wonderful rhythm. And then we had the principle striking, so melodies combined with a dynamic tension. And if you combine the vision and the principles together, we had then this kind of vision here, which can sound like this. So the vision was created, and the most important thing was that we create a band together, and it was not only about music theory and so on, but also like aligning each other's expectations and to create this vision, which helped us to kickstart kind of this band project. And of course, there's still a lot of work to do, but this is already a great start. So now let's go to the next project, which reflects the interface design. And in short terms, interface design is the bread and butter what a designer actually does. And this is like where we create user interfaces by experimenting, applying design patterns, and gather user feedback for ongoing improvement. And if you look at Spotify, for example, here on the left, you can see that you can sketch the designs out on paper or wireframe the designs, like for example, in tools like Figma. And as you can see, the interface consists of multiple pieces, and my following project is actually also put together piece by piece. I thought the best example would be to refine the experiment is to build a sideboard. So I was thinking, okay, how can we apply a digital process to a physical product? And this is like how I translated the interface design process for a sideboard. First with sketching, second with 3D wireframing, and third with prototyping. If we look at sketching, I used the most powerful tool which actually a UX designer could possibly have. A tool which changed actually a lot of companies around the world. The Post-it. And the Post-it is a wonderful tool to sketch. And this is like where we can refine and get really fast feedback and iterate actually on our designs. And after like trying some variants with some product design friends, I came up with this particular version of a sideboard. It had just as a drawer in the middle and some sliding doors. But of course, I need to translate this into the space, right? This is like where 3D wireframing came into action. And to make it more concrete, I started to model the design in here to find the right measurements and so on, and was back and forth, trial and error, a lot of discussions. And at a certain point, I had this vision, the digital kind of interface. But I needed to bring it still somehow to the physical space. This is where prototyping is the next step. A very exciting one, because in here you can see like the digital kind of joints which I created. I transferred them to a machine which cannot carve out the joints, and then I could quickly test if those joints actually work. Yes. And I needed to create a lot of prototypes, testing here and there in the end. And then at a certain point, I could manage to build this sideboard, which was not falling apart thanks to the interface design process. Yes. But actually, let's go to the last phase, which is the visual design. And this is personally for me a very exciting phase, because this is like where we apply the design principles to create a visually appealing, user-friendly interface, which applies the look and feel and the brand. And if we look at Spotify, we can see like those mix of the bright colors and also those beautiful, playful illustrations. And I would like to show you like I applied that to a live project, which started in Barcelona. With some colleagues, we had the opportunity to go to the OFF Festival, a design festival which was about learning from artists and designers and getting connected with creative people. And we were so excited afterwards that we were thinking, why just not creating such a festival in Zurich? So sooner or later we talked to Simon, and then the Ginetta Tonic Festival got created. As you can see, it still felt blank, so we needed some visuals. And we applied the process of the visual design, which is divided into the mood board, to visual exploration, and then generative design. In the mood board, it's actually very simple. It's a collection of inspiration which reflects the desired look and feel. And the festival theme of this year was patterns. And after researching and combining here and there, we realized that lights and patterns would work well together. Taking that, we went to the next phase, which is the visual exploration. And in here, we tried all types of things, designing, using technology here and there, until we were really like happy to have this kind of appealing look and feel, which was fitting the festival theme very well. But this is not it. The next phase is generative design. And normally in the visual design phase, we would create a design system to compose our designs. But generative design is kind of the things we did now for this key visual, which is actually you program the key visual, you translate it into code, and you can change it throughout the exploration process. In simple terms, it means you could not only create 10, not only 100, but 1,000 variations in a very short amount of time. And this, in the end, helped us to create the posters, to signage, visuals for the landing page, and make the festival much more representing what we really wanted to communicate in the end. So, this is it. You learned today like a live project where we shared a common vision to pursue a musical career. A live project about solving complex challenges to build an elegant furniture piece. And a live project about exploring a visual identity to inspire the creatives in Zurich. And as described with the example of Spotify, it highlights the importance of those three main steps to create a digital product. But the question is, did it apply to my personal projects? I would say yes, even though they are independently, they help me to gain clarity. Because clarity is so important to design, to structure, and to actually approach my life projects. And in the end, you could still argue, yeah, it's just another process. But for me personally, in the end, no matter in the digital or in the physical space, it's still a process which helped me to focus on what matters most. Thank you.